Hello there, people of YouTube land. Actually, wait, no, I'm gonna redo the intro. Hey guys, it's the Zombie Messiah here, and as you can tell by the title of this video, this video is going to be going out to the people over at EA, but it's also going to be targeting the rest of you. So if you yeah, just to make that known. And yes, we are going to be talking about the game that is being played in front of you, which is Titanfall 2. Now, here's the thing: I fucking love Titanfall. It was one of the only games that made me keep my Xbox 360 for a while after after Microsoft managed to make an absolute hash of trying to sell the Xbox One back in 2013. It's gotten better now. But yeah, I actually really loved the first Titanfall. Even though it was multiplayer focused and it was very light on features, it still had a charm to it that drew me in, and it is one of my favorite Xbox games to this day. Then Titanfall 2 came out, and basically it just made everything better. It added a single-player story, it added a more rewarding progression system, it removed some of the cheaper weapons, such as the smart pistol, instead relegating them to what can pretty much be defined as a killstreak reward. And also, bringing it over to PlayStation, so now our PlayStation owners can actually see what all the fuss is about in regards to why the first game garnered such a massive following. But we're not here to talk about why Titanfall 2 is a great game. Instead, last night, after I got home from work and I was watching some YouTube to essentially wind myself down before I go to sleep, I ended up stumbling upon a video by another YouTuber called Gametron of the Gametron show, and he said something in a video that was actually a that yeah that I kind of saw, but just hearing him say it kind of confirmed did a bit better. The release date for Titanfall 2 is no longer a valid complaint as to why the game hasn't been selling so well, especially since we're half a year in since the game we're over half a year in since the game originally launched. I'm pretty sure that now the release date, the fact that it was released in between Battlefield 1 and Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, is no longer a valid excuse as to why Titanfall 2 hasn't been selling. But here's the thing: it has been doing pretty well. Its player base has actually managed to be stable. In fact, act it. In fact, there's a lot of things in this game that is making people want to come back to it for more. In fact, hell, I love this game so much I even went out and bought it twice. Once for PlayStation, once for Xbox. That's how much I like this game. But anyway, so the thing that I want, so in this little open letter to EA bit, the thing that I want to discuss is that EA shouldn't really give up on the possibility of a Titanfall 3. I mean, even though the second one didn't sell as much as I get the feeling EA would have wanted it to sell, it still did it phenomenally well. It garnered a ton of praise, even from people, well, even from reviewers who are considered to be extremely cynical. In fact, Yahtzee from Zero Punctuation and a guy who is known for even and bashing games that are considered to be very good, actually recommended Titanfall 2 over Call of Duty Infinite Warfare when it came out. And here's the thing that Titanfall 2 actually did that garnered a lot of the praise aimed towards it. Its standard towards DLC. There was no paid DLC, there was no season pass, there were no microtransactions. Instead, what you got was a very solid base game filled with a ton of content. And then afterwards, the developers over at Respawn Entertainment have constantly been adding in free updates, which come with new maps, weapons, titans, and game modes. It's clear that Respawn, on even though the game is out, they still have a ton of love and respect for this game that they've crafted. And I can see why. It definitely deserves all the praise that it gets, and to show that the developer is still willing to put in more content without really asking for anything or for any big amounts of money like Battlefield or Call of Duty would. It's really surprising to see a developer do that, to see a developer and publisher do that. Yes, EA actually gave them the go-ahead with this whole new scheme, which technically they experimented with in the Mirror's Edge. Well, with Mirror's Edge Catalyst, because that had no paid DLC and no microtransactions. Instead, what you saw was pretty much what you got. And there was only a one, and just like with Titanfall 2, there was only a pay once DLC. There was only pay once DLC that you could get if you really want to support the game a bit more. So yeah, EA, don't give up hope for a Titanfall 3 because it's got a ton of love from the community, and we would really love to see Respawn on knock it out of the park once again. Just be a bit more careful about when you release the game, okay? Okay. And now for the second part of this open letter video, which is being addressed towards other gamers. Now here's the thing. Gamers nowadays are very quick to basically make demands for things such as the removal of season passes, the removal of paid DLC, the removal of microtransactions, new IPs instead of constant sequels, and all that stuff. And here's the thing, Titanfall 2 actually did all of that. It's a relatively new IP with no season pass, no paid DLC, no microtransactions. The only paid stuff that's there is cosmetics. And that's it. Nothing game changing, just cosmetics. And even though the game had garnered a ton of praise, while Call of Duty pretty much got mixed reviews, it still outsold Titanfall 2. Pretty much saying to Activision that we're all still okay with microtransactions and season passes and paid DLC. So basically, what it comes down to is, in regards to why all this stuff is still there, it's kind of our fault for constantly buying Call of Duties or Battlefield games. And here's the thing, I love Battlefield, but still, even I have to call out Battlefield on some of the shit it pulls. But yeah, just I'm not saying that you shouldn't play the next Call of Duty or Battlefield game if you want to. If you want to, then go ahead. But here's what I'm going to say. Next time next time you're in a game shop, or you're about to buy the next big first person shooter, just be sure to think, does this have everything that gamers have been asking for? If no, then try looking elsewhere. But anyway, if you guys liked what you saw, then please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. This has been the Zombie Messiah, signing out. Have a good one, ladies and gentlemen.